Welcome all. We have already started our 12th lesson, that is simple machines. We have seen the definition of simple machines, complex machine. We have also seen the wedge. So now we are going to start with the next simple machine, that is the lever. Lever, a farmer is using the strong crowbar to remove the big stone blocked down in the farm. So he is using that strong crowbar to remove this. So you can see this such type of machines are said to be as a lever. So lever has three main parts. The one from which the area you are giving out the efforts is said to be as effort area. The part which you are going to pick up or you are going to cut down is said to be as load, and the middle part which is helping it to do is said to be as fulcrum. The support at which the rod of the lever is rested is called as the fulcrum. The weight lifted by the lever or the force against which the lever acts is called as the load. Just now I have told you. And the next part is the one with the force you are applying from the one end is said to be as effort. The part of the lever from which the fulcrum to the effort is called as effort arm. So you can see over here in this part that a person or a farmer is just giving out the effort and he's picking up that stone with the help of that crowbar. You can see this is a type or this is an example of effort arm. So the next part of this is we are going to see the next part of it. Now go on increasing the distance between the paperweight and the pencil by the 4 centimeters every time and see whether the paperweight can be lifted when placed at each of this distance. So they have given you one simple example. They have kept the pencil in between, scale is just laid across, and load, you can see they have kept one paperweight on one of the side and they are trying to pick up the end where the boy is pressing is the efforts which that boy is taking to do it. Load is at the other side, you can see the paperweight is said to be as load, and the middle pencil which is present, it is said to be as the fulcrum. Similar examples you can find out in the bottle opener. The area which you are opening is said to be as the load. The efforts are being given by your hand, and the middle part from which that formally it is attached to the lid is said to be as the fulcrum. So you can use such simple machines to operate or to use in your day-to-day life for pulling out the weight or to pick up a thing from one place to another, to shift the thing from one place to another. The next one is you can see this boy have picked up the load in that particular instrument where fulcrum is at the end, effort is given in the between, and load is present at the side. Every time all these fulcrum, load, and efforts will be not in a similar or the same sequence, it can change. So depending upon that, there are the orders of the lever. The lever of first order tells you that load is at one end, fulcrum is in between, and effort is at another end. Lever of second order tells you fulcrum is at the end, load is in between, and efforts are given at the next end. And the third one is fulcrum is at the ending end, efforts are in between, and load is at the other end. So that is the vice versa. You can see that is the sequence is changing over here, and depending upon that sequence, the orders of the levers are decided. So the next part of this lesson is a pulley. You have every time observed near your wells, you can see there is a wheel like structure present. Across to it there is a wire or the rope attached which is used to pull the weight from one end, okay, and which makes the pulling work or to pick up the thing work very easy. So you can see over here the device in which the grooved well with the help of thread is designed to lift the weight is said to be as a pulley. If we use a pulley, force can be applied in the downward direction for lifting the weight in upward direction. You are going to pull that thread down so that you can pick up the weight from the other end. So this is the convenient and the easy way. You can see this across your wells whenever you are pulling out or whenever you are removing the water from the well. So the next part is the wheel and the axle. You can see your bicycle, the wheel part, the tire which is attached to the wheel. It also consists the spokes. Okay, so wheel and axle, you have seen the giant wheel in the fair, which the rod is fitted at the center. The rod helps the movement very easily. That rod is said to be as the axle. In bicycle also you can see one rod is placed in between. It is said to be as the axle. In giant wheel, the axles start rotating with the help of electricity. The wheel fitted to it is also rotating because of it. So we can see the innumerable examples by which you can use this wheel and axle. Now, maintenance of machines. Why it is necessary? Basically, machines are used for reducing a human work. It is also used for reducing your efforts. Your time is saved. Our duty is what to maintain them, to protect them. These all machines are made up of iron or the metals, and metals have the property of getting corrosion. So we are supposed to oil them, to clean them, to wash them, not wash them actually, to pat them, or to just try to keep the dust away from it. So during the maintenance of the machine, all the time you are supposed to wipe them properly. Oil or lubricants means the grease, whatever they are, you are supposed to apply to it so that there will be less friction and it will move smoothly. See upon the weather conditions and try to paint them regularly so that it can keep the corrosion away from it. Always remember, if machines are not properly maintained, there will be no use for you afterwards. So try to maintain them properly. They are always useful to you. Thank you. From this lesson, you have understood many things such as the simple machines, complex machines, the different examples of simple machines. So we will see the question answers in the next part.